Hallelujah, you've made it. A very brief well done for putting in the work and making it to this point. But we still have a week of hardcore workouts, clean meals, cardio, and transformational practices to go through. This week, you have 75 minutes of cardio to complete. I recommend doing one of these upon waking and the other later in the day. Remember, you must never ever do cardio directly before your workout. Reserve this for your warm-ups. You've got to put everything into your workouts. You may be becoming a little bit more fatigued now because we're bringing down those calories, but this is where you need to dig deep, especially today because it's leg day. Starting off with a dumbbell goblet squats. 50 repetitions to begin with, okay? So psych yourself up for this. Hopefully you slept well. So we're gonna start off with a lighter weight to target 50 repetitions to absolute failure. You know how to do this now, but just remember, keep that form tight by keeping your upper body straight and go down as deep as you possibly can and drive through your heels. Before you get to the top, come straight back down. So don't lock out completely, just about an inch before lockout in your knees. You come straight back down and drive through your heels, hamstrings, and glutes. When performing the dumbbell goblet squats, I want you to stand up straight with your shoulders back, chest up high, and chin up. When you're holding onto the dumbbell underneath your chin, and as you start to come down, your upper body will bend over slightly. However, I want you to keep your back straight throughout the entirety of this movement. You're going to go down until your hamstrings are parallel to the floor. you are going to target your glutes, your hamstrings, and your quads throughout this movement. To keep the constant tension applied to these muscle groups, when you come down, I want you to pause just for a second. When you go back up, I do not want you to lock out your knees. Keep them slightly bent so you can keep that tension applied to your glutes, hamstrings, and quads. Now, I always say you need to reach absolute failure in order to succeed in the gym. So when I say failure, when you're performing repetitions, you should reach absolute failure, meaning that you could not perform one more repetition even if your life depended on it. That is failure. And it's the only place in the world that we have to reach failure in order to succeed outside of the weights area. Breathing is very, very important during your workouts. Very often you see people turn red or purple. This is not good. Keep your core tight, but squeeze and breathe at the same time to ensure that you perform at your absolute best. And your legs are probably shaking after that because you did 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10, resting for about 60 seconds between each one of those sets. Now we're going into the dumbbell split squats where the reps change slightly, where you'll start off with 10 and then go up in 5 rep increments, finishing at 30. So again, you're going to need a couple of dumbbells here. With a split squat, take one step out, go down, and then back up. Just before your knee touches the floor, straight back up. And remember, you should go down until both legs are at a right angle before coming back up. And once you've reached 10 repetitions on the one side, then you go to the next leg and do 10 repetitions there, and that will act as one set. You didn't come this far just to come this far. Don't give up now. Maybe you've given up in the past, but not this time. This is your time to shine. So let's have it. Okay, you've got this. Remember, you have to control your environment. Don't allow yourself to get controlled by it. There are weekends that you're not going to feel good about doing this. There are going to be mornings that are going to be dark and you'll want to sleep in. You'll look at your meal and you'll want to have the cheap meal that your friend is having next to you. This is where you step up and take control instead of being controlled by your environment. This is where you face your fears. This is where you turn your weaknesses into weapons. So let's do this. Mind-muscle connection is very, very important throughout these workouts. I want you to picture the muscle moving. Buy yourself an anatomy chart. Look at the attachments and the origins of every single one of these muscle groups so you have a better mind-muscle connection and you know how a muscle should feel when you're moving it. Okay, we're in the last 4 weeks of achieving our goals. However, this is where a lot of people fall off because it gets difficult now. Yeah, there will be times that you're going to feel tired. Your legs are going to be sore. You won't want to do the cardio on the weekends. But this is your goal to achieve. So make sure that you put everything into the details of this goal in order to make it your big picture. So now we've obliterated our quads, hamstrings, and glutes. Now it's time to do the same with our calves. The first exercise that we're going to be doing is a standing dumbbell calf press. So again, you're going to need dumbbells. So with the standing dumbbell calf press, remember, stand about shoulder width distance apart. You're going to go up, slowly down, and then back up. Slowly down, and then back up. 10 repetitions to absolute failure for the first set. Then you can rest for about 60 seconds, and then go again to failure at 20 repetitions. All right, bring it. You can do this, guys. Don't listen to other naysayers. Don't listen to other people that are pulling you down. This is your time to change and transform forever. So as you're going towards the final stages of this plan, you should be increasing in strength. So that doesn't mean that you just do more repetitions. You need to add more resistance or weight to ensure that you reach failure and your body continues to evolve. It's not meant to be easy. It's supposed to be difficult. If it was easy, everybody would have the physique that they've always wanted. But the people who have the body they've always wanted have not given up, and neither are you. Okay, this is your commitment to yourself, nobody else, that you are finally gonna finish something that you've begun. So let's hit it. Okay, we are getting towards the end here now. We're getting to the last final stretch. You're going to be a little bit lethargic. You're going to be tired. You may have a little bit of doubt, but this is where your recovery techniques really come into play so you can perform and get over to that last stretch at your absolute best. So our final exercise now is going to be the seated calf press. However, your toes are going to be pointing inwards so you can target more of the outer area of your soleus muscle, okay? You're going to start off with a heavy weight, 10 repetitions to failure. Then we're going to increment by 5 repetitions, finishing at 30 for our 5th and final set. So feet should be about shoulder width distance apart. Point those toes in, come up, and then back down. Drive through the outside of your feet this time. Up and then down, 10 repetitions to absolute failure. Then your next set will be 15 and the following will be 20, 25, and 30. When performing the seated dumbbell calf raises, I want you to sit down on a seat with your upper body straight, chest out, shoulders slightly back, and head looking straight forward. You're going to be targeting the soleus muscles with this exercise. To keep constant tension applied upon the soleus when performing this movement, I want you to squeeze at the top for a second and then come down slowly on the negative, and just before your heel touches the floor, I want you to go back up and pause for a second again. I want you to focus on the mind-muscle connection, but also the weight and the stress and the load that you're placing upon the muscle. You can't just focus on the muscle on growing if you don't have enough resistance. So make sure the resistance places enough stress on the muscle in order for it to protest by growing. as we're getting into the momentum of this workout, we need to still focus on our performance. Are you doing everything that you can to recover in order to dictate that you perform at your peak? Phenomenal, that is your last leg workout done. And tomorrow is gonna be your last chest workout. So remember why you started this. Even though you may be lower in calories now, so you could be lower in energy, you need to psych yourself up just for that hour to ensure that you put everything into this, because with your after images, it will show what you're gonna get out of it.